Give me something brighter, give me something I can see. Give me something vicious, give me something I can be. Give me all the love and peace to end these wars. Give me something safe, something worth fighting for.
Worcester historically has been a divided city, divided by neighborhoods and by a number of things, and the church has kind of mirrored what the city as a whole is like.
The whole idea of churches coming together and presenting a day of hope, a day of love, a day of giving, a day where the community comes together and they bring their resources, not as a handout, but as a hand up, to say to the people, you have significance, to say, you matter.
And then I said, well, why are you coming here? This is the worst neighborhood in the city for you to be in. There are shootings here. Are you sure you want to be here? He said, we believe God's called us here because we believe God wants you and the people who live here to know that you're not forgotten. You haven't fallen through the cracks, that there are people that I care about you, God cares about you, the church cares about you, and we want to be part of the way God reveals His goodness and His love to you. We want you to know that you are close to God's heart.
Can we come together and partner with one another to provide something on a large scale that we could never do on our own on a smaller scale? No matter the ethnicity, no matter what label, name is on the front of the door of that church, we are God's church, Christ's body, called together to be one. That's what Convoy of Hope does. That's how God uses it. God's an amazing God. And we come together and we see these kind of things happen when the church acts as the church that we're called to be.
I think it's changed some of the spiritual atmosphere in the city, and I also think it's sort of expanded and improved the view that people in the city have for what the church can be. What Convoy of Hope did for us is help us to build trust with people who weren't sure they could trust us.
We planted a seed and it's going to grow. And what God's going to grow it into, only He knows. But again, we're along for the ride. We're saying yes to the journey, and God's doing it.
And it showed us that even in some of the worst neighborhoods in the city, we can make a difference. I think it's expanded our vision for what we can do and what we can be and who we can be in the city.
You see, I call that revival. I see that God is bringing a spirit of revival, renewal, an awakening, and it's exciting to be a part of that.
God becomes a topic of conversation everywhere you go. That to me is the definition of revival. I think that's what God wants to do. I've got this vision of people hearing about Worcester and saying, we need to go to Worcester because that's the city where God is living. We want to go see what God's doing in that city of Worcester because we've heard stories and we want to see if they're true. That's what I think God is going to do, and that's what I'm looking forward to.